It's time to fight under... It's the incomparable Roy Jones Jr. He won world titles at 4 different weight classes, including the heavyweight champ, Terrence Bud Crawford, the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. He also can crack at welterweight, one of the best to ever do it.
This is going to be an intense stare before the fight starts.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Pensacola, Florida, here is a middleweight, a super middleweight, a light heavyweight, and a heavyweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr. Fighting out of the blue corner from Omaha, Nebraska, here is the acclaimed 3-division world champion and 2-division undisputed champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford.
You've heard of people dancing underneath the moonlight? Tonight, it's a fight underneath the moonlight, and what a fight it should be.
You can hear the noise, you can hear the fans. I've been to many fights like this, and it's very, very eerie.
Under the bright lights here for this one, really good matchup, and we're hoping for a really good fight. The time has finally arrived. These two men have been jawing at each other for months. The talking is finally over. Now it's time to fight. The perfect counter lands. These punches coming from every angle. Good counter punching. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Jab does not score. He threw a punch and just got countered. The media expects a lot from this fight under the stars here at night.
Now things have cooled down. Now the fans are heating it up again. They've been excited, waiting for this. How they prepared for this, these fighters. This is going to be so hard, but so different.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. They better start respecting each other's punching power. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Well done with that counter shot. Can they figure out? Hold that thought! Crawford's legs are all over the place. Looks like they've shaken it off.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Good counter punch. Nice counter. This counter puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
A perfect counter shot. Throws the jab and doesn't score. Catch and shoot. Miss with that jab. Beautiful counter shot. Those counter punches have to hurt. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you think, come on, Bo.
And there's the bell for round 2. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
That counter shot lands. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
They exchange punches. Swing and a miss with that left hook. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Nice counter shot. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Caution being thrown to the wind. Should we be surprised if these two fighters go the distance tonight, considering how much they've emphasized their physical fitness? Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
That time counter shot. Nice exchange here from both men. Beautiful counter punch. Look at the hand speed and footwork between these two elite level middleweights. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. He wanted action, and they are delivering. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. These two fighters are made for one another. Has to be careful for that receipt. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round.
Mistakes and switching off. Don't worry about that.
Let's get it started in round 3. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Nice counter shot. There's a counter shot. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
And he scores with the counter. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the flyweight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Insane action. That counter punch caught him clean. Punch, counter punch. Look at the footwork, the hand speed. This is the best that the middleweight division has to offer. Nice counter punch. They exchange punches. Those counter punches have to hurt. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round.
Big deep breath.
Back at it in round 4. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Beautiful counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box it. Frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Scores with the counter. Can't score with that jab. Jab not finding its target. Nice counter shot. Beautiful counter punch. Unlucky to miss with that uppercut. Swing and a miss with that jab. Nice counter shot. Got him there. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Roy Jones in that last one.
Come on.
There's the bell to start round 5. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through?
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? You'd like to see more jabs. A swing and a miss with that jab. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations and they throw them non-stop.
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, we'll just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
They're both trying for a knockout. Catch and shoot. A perfect counter shot. Beautiful counter shot. Oh, that punch. And he fails to score with that left hook. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Nice counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards.
Get out there and switch on. Get this boxing back.
This is the beginning of round 6. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
And he scores with the counter. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. Don't want to trade shots. There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What are you seeing?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
A perfect counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Well done with that counter shot. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. tempo show. That counter punch caught him clean. They exchange punches. Nice counter. Caution is being thrown to the wind. The perfect counter lands. How about that time counter shot? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. He is down big time on the scores.
Needs a knockout without a doubt.
Listen, be smart.
Here we go. It's round 7. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. I don't know. I got to take another look at that.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You all right?
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
Hard, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up from the stool again? That was a shot.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that, and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Nice counter shot. Both men step back for just a moment. Do you believe what we are seeing? Beautiful counter shot. That jab misses. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. That counter shot lands. You'd like to see more jabs. Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last.
You don't want to lose the fight,
And we enter the 8th round. They've got to be feeling confident now after what happened last round.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Catch and shoot. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brawn.
Can't find a home for that jab. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Solid punch. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Good job defending the jab. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. It's all offense all the time. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Nice counter shot. Both men step back for just a moment. Nice counter shot. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. And that's it, a unanimous decision win.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get a unanimous decision. That is mad. I didn't see that coming. I thought this would be tight. This is nowhere near tight.
All in my eyes, enemies only can see my demise. Envision my downfall, it's not in my view. I only look up, I will not be subdued. Can never submit, position is grip. The mission persists like it's built out of bricks. In the gym I commit, knocking shit out of shit. Hit equipment till I lose the feel in my fists. Precision my gift, decisions are swift. At home in the ring, it's like I live in this beat. And I'm undisputed, so undisputed. Yeah, pound for pound, 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 pound for pound. What feel like the night of the fight? Feels like the fight of my life. Lighting my fire, can't even remember which finger is injured or what tired is like. Train through the pain, flipping them tires. Barbells lifting them skyward and higher. I ran through the rain, work till I'm drained. Put on headphones and do it all over again. Chains clang from hitting the bag. Throwing them fast, trying to fold it in half. Footwork rehearsed till I float in the flash. Searching for weakness, immersed in my defense. Please, don't be too slow with the pads. But I'm still matching the motion it has. Shoulder rolling, find an opening and let them go like I'm holding the soul in my hands. Set it free, set it free, set it free. Flow like a butterfly, sting like a pound for pound, 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 pound. Do it for my mama, do it for my father. It's a family affair, my whole family in here. I do it for the block, do it for the soldier, do it for the sport, do it for the coach. And I'm undisputed, yeah, I'm undisputed. Do it for my father, do it for my mother. It's a family affair, my whole family in here. I did it for the past, I did it for the future, I did it for us all. That's why I'm undisputed.